I don't know exactly where. What you're gonna see on the following video is in terms of your fascism checklist, but it's certainly not on the better part of that list. I'm gonna show you this clip, just buckle up.
Surveillance video shows a graduate student at Tufts University near Boston being taken into custody by federal agents, according to the student's attorney. Rumeysa Ozturk, a Turkish national, was arrested near her apartment close to the university's Somerville campus.
Okay, it's fine. I'm here with you. Okay. Are you just getting scary? Where the police? Where the police? Where the police?
Yeah, you don't look like it. Why are you hiding your faces?
So you might have heard that quote at the very end, which was, "Why are you hiding your faces?" That's because the ICE officers who accosted this female grad student, we're gonna give you all those details, were in plain clothes and wearing masks. And if there's anything I've learned about these people and this movement over the past few years, it's they don't think there's a lot of reason to wear masks to protect your health or to protect other people's health. But when they're doing something they don't want you to see their identity while they're doing, then all of a sudden masks, when the neo-Nazis are marching, when the ICE officials are accosting people on the street in plain clothes, suddenly it's super important that we stop the spread. But anyway, what you saw there is Rumeysa Ozturk, a PhD scholar on a student visa at Tufts University, being detained, or I'll say disappeared, because there's very little information about what actually happened to her, just off the street. Now I want you to think about, from her point of view, some dudes in hoodies with their faces covered roll up on her and they drag her away, and now she's somewhere. And I know what people are thinking, and I know what they've been saying, that this is feeling a little bit V for Vendetta. They've made references, I've made references to like the finger men who accosted Natalie Portman in that movie. But I do want to push back against those comparisons in this case, because I don't think they're totally accurate. Because the finger men wore uniforms, and we don't even get that in American fascism. They're just wearing regular clothes. You get that like people could just do that now, right? That if you hate an immigrant, you could just get a couple of your boys, throw on some hoodies, throw them in the back of a van, say you're ICE. What are they supposed to do? Fight back? Because they haven't necessarily broken the law before they're accosted, but if they fight back while they're being accosted, then they're taking a real risk that maybe that then becomes the justification for disappearing them or deporting them. None of this is how America is supposed to work. And to be very clear, you might think, okay, I don't like the jacket thing or whatever, but she broke the law, she broke the law. No, they're not even like implying that she broke the law. They're saying that she engaged in activities in support of Hamas. What does that mean? Well, so her student visa is gone. What does that mean? You know exactly what that means. You've been paying attention to what's happened to people who participated in these protests. She spoke out in favor of Palestinians. That's what she did. What did she go and fire an RPG? Did she plant some mines in Gaza? What did she do in regards to Hamas? No, nothing like that. And again, not even being accused of breaking the law. We are in a lawless time. As I've always said, the Trump administration 2.0, chaos, crime, and corruption. You got kind of all three in this particular case. Her lawyer later said she hadn't been able to contact her and had no idea of her whereabouts. It seems like maybe she was disappeared to a facility in central Louisiana where Mahmoud Khalil was also disappeared. If these people have done such horrible things, why do you need to hide where you're moving them? Wouldn't you want to trumpet the fact that these terrible terrorist sympathizers have finally been brought to justice? But no. It's done in plain clothes. It's done without the involvement of a lawyer. They disappear, we don't know where. And I guarantee this is being used by vigilantes to do similar sorts of things. And when it happens, I'm sure Trump won't have been briefed on that either. And so apparently she had I don't know, made some sort of statement or something like that. That's the only thing that they've cited again, that did not even mention Hamas, let alone support Hamas. That's what we have so far, that she'd been involved in some panel or something like that. This is fundamentally anti-American. All you have here is a people who are so easily triggered by language that they don't agree with. They're such sensitive, delicate little snowflakes that despise free speech, that if you don't even say the things that we think should justify you being disappeared, you were involved in a movement that was the wrong politics. Some might say incorrect politics. Some might say it wasn't politically correct, so we're gonna disappear you. And by the way, now they're planning on going way broader. So they've been snatching people off the street that were involved in these protests or whatever. Now they want to do it to entire universities. So the Trump administration is discussing plans to try to block entire colleges from having any foreign students if they decide that too many of them are pro-Hamas. What does too many mean? God only knows. What does pro-Hamas mean? Whatever they want. And if that's the case, which it just will be like that, then you don't get to have foreign students anymore. Screw it. All these people who are a part of the university culture, they might be working, they might be teaching, they're producing academic work, whatever, gone. Because we think they advocated for not murdering the wrong children or something. And that's what we've got right now. And they're all a part of it. This is absolutely grotesque. Video like that should not exist. That should be like a video of like a terrorist sleeper cell disappearing people. And all of us can rally to be like, dear God, we gotta find her. We gotta save her. Because what you're seeing in there is villainy, okay? And you're being told to shut up and worship, support the villains, vilify the person who's just going through a PhD program. And that's what we're seeing, more and more and more. Not every one of it is gonna get, a New York Times article or whatever. Not everyone is gonna end up having a video made about them on TDR, but that's what we're seeing.